hello. That took a little bit longer than I wanted to set up because my son decided that as soon as I hit the start stream button, he would need it to cause problems. Um, I think he's been dealt with. You may hear rustling in the background. If so, no, Mister. He likes to scream at me, so we will make do. Anyway, hello. If you're new here, my name is Alex. I am a non-binary and autistic writer, occasional streamer of video games and writing sprints, I guess. Um, I have a short story collection that I released back at the end of May called When the Stars Are Brighter, and I also have a debut novel coming out in October called A Sharper, More Lasting Pain. Today, I kind of want to split it between two things because I cannot get a Sharper, More Lasting Pain sequel out of my head. So I do want to outline that some more, and then I also want to do some sprints on my gothic fantasy novella Across This Hollow Distance. Um, I think we're gonna start with Across This Hollow Distance just so I can do a couple streams for it. I see you eyeing that wire, mister. Um, just so I can do a couple sprints, get it out of kind of not out of the way necessarily, but just like out of my head for a second, just so I can say, yes, I worked on this thing, and then do the thing that I really want to do instead. So, um, I'm going to do. We're gonna switch it over to turn that off. Switch it over to docs, and I need to zoom the fuck in to about there. How does that look? Yeah, that looks good. Okay, cool. Notion I will have to figure out just because um sorry. Just because it looks a little wonky. I like to look through the VODs after the stream ends just to make sure that everything looks okay. Oh shit. Um and that was one thing I noticed is Notion didn't look quite right. So I'll have to figure that out kind of as we go along here. So I think we're just gonna jump into things. I'm gonna start a sprint at 6:35, so about 6 minutes from now, like 5.5 minutes, I don't know. We're gonna start a sprint for we'll do a 10-minute one just to kind of warm up. 10 at 35. Um and I always mix up that's the one thing is join and words are too synonymous in my head, and I can't use the wrong command for Sprinto like I did last time, otherwise it won't record my word counts. Um so yeah. So we're gonna start with Across This Hollow Distance. This is my gothic fantasy novella that is, I won't say it's a retelling, but it's heavily inspired by the myth of Eros and Psyche. Essentially, a woman is married off as a ghost bride to this prestigious magical family, um, to their daughter that she is told is dead. It's to get her family some more money and to kind of give her dead wife some status posthumously. And then over her time at the manor, she realizes A, her wife isn't dead, and B, the truth about her is a lot worse than she thought. And so I think actually the scene that we're on right now, she's encountered her wife Odette before, but she didn't realize that's who she encountered. This is the first scene, I think, where she'll actually realize that's who she's seeing. So that'll be fun to write, and I at least want to finish that. Let's see. So I have that scene. I think I start a new chapter. Yeah. So I may. Hi, Mister. I think I'll try and finish this scene and then maybe start the next one. It all kind of depends on how I'm feeling. Because, like I said, I cannot stop obsessing over a sequel to A Sharper, More Lasting Pain. Um, which is really funny because when I first wrote it, I was dead set on it was just going to be a standalone. How it ended is just how it's going to end. I had the idea for the short story that I wrote about Etienne after the fact, but I didn't plan on continuing it any further than that. And I got a few excuse me, beta comments to the effect of this can't be it. There has to be like more to their story. I'm not okay with it. Not in like a it feels incomplete way, but in I want there to be more to their story. Like it can't end here. And I was like, I mean, I have some ideas, but nothing I really want. I really feel like I could execute. I don't feel like I have enough of a sequel potential really to continue this book. And then I got final edits back from my editor a couple weeks ago, and they also said there better be a sequel to this. And I was like, okay. And so I started thinking about it more, and unfortunately, I'm very in love with these characters, and so the more I think about a sequel, the more I'm obsessed with it. So this is also going to be a slightly shorter stream just because I had to start it late because I had some emails to answer, including an author interview that I hope goes up sometime soon, and sending out more arcs. By the way, if you are interested in a sharper, more lasting pain, you like the sound of it, I have posts up about it on my Instagram, and the forum for ARC reads is no longer open, but you can reach out to me and I'd be more than happy to send you a copy. Unfortunately, YouTube still will not let me put external links into my things unless I do some verification bullshit that I don't want to do right now. So, I am author Alex Harvey. Most places online, if I'm not, and you can't find me, then I'm Draconako, Draconako. We have about 2 minutes at 6:34. I'm gonna normally what I do is about a minute before I mute myself, I put the music back on. I get the timer all set up and whatnot, and then at whenever the stream starts, I just kind of go. I also you will learn use the words stream and sprint interchangeably. They're not the same thing. So once I get the sprint started, is what I meant to say. They're just very close in my brain, so I mix them up a lot. God damn, my throat's just full of shit right now. So yeah. And our music du jour is some work study playlist thing that I found. I thought about putting Ghibli on again, but this is a more sad scene, and while Ghibli does have its low moments, in general, Ghibli just feels too. I said this last stream, but Ghibli just feels kind of too bright for what I'm writing right now. So, Mister, you better get the fuck down from there. Get down. Don't yell at me. I swear to God, if you cause stop being a menace. Anyway, I'm gonna put the music back on and mute myself. Okay, that's time. I'm feeling like I'm at such an impasse with this work again, which is very frustrating. I think what I need to do is after today, I need to just start a new draft, fix the things that I know are bothering me. Fix the things that I know are bothering me, and then continue from there. Just because it keeps mounting up in my head, and I keep thinking about it, and it's very difficult to not think about. Words. It also doesn't help that, like I mentioned, I just keep thinking about the sequel instead, but I'm trying really hard to get through this. I at least want to finish the scene, even if it looks kind of stupid. And then I can kind of reassess, I think. But I don't know. Hmm, yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I'm just trying to get through this scene at least. But yeah, I think after tonight, I'll start a new draft. And then, because one thing is the timeline. It originally starts in the fall and carries over the winter into the spring of the next year, but I decided I wanted to have it start in the spring instead because there's a plot element that I can use to kind of keep track of the time a bit better. Um, Plus, I think it works a bit better thematically. Um, or like, I want to set up sooner, I think, that she needs to go into the West Wing. I don't know where exactly yet, but somewhere there needs to be a part where she goes to the West Wing. And just shit like that. And so I keep thinking about it because I'm it's hard for me to carry on when I know there's issues, especially if it's like one of those things where like, oh, I need to set this up sooner. It's very difficult for me to write with the assumption that I'll add that in later. I'd rather add it in and then, carry on. If I'm making sense, like if so, like for example, I want to establish sooner that she needs to go to the West Wing. I am struggling to get to the part where she goes to the West Wing because I haven't set that up for myself. Even though I'm aware it's a thing I want to add, I can't write it because the document doesn't have that set up for me ahead of time, if that makes sense. And so it's just shit like that that I'm really struggling with, but I'm not gonna do anything else with it until I finish this scene. That's the agreement I'm making with myself. So, we're gonna do another one for 10 at 50. We're gonna do another 10 minutes. I'm gonna get as far as I can with this. And then we may do one more and then pivot to outline. Because I'm getting so frustrated with looking at it, and it may just be a thing where I just need to drink again because that's what I did last time to get through the block of this is I drank until like I was still cognizant, but I just didn't care as much, and then I just kind of went with it. And maybe I just need to do that again. I don't know, but um, anyway, we start in less than a minute, so I'm gonna do the things. there's that one. And I feel a little better now, kind of, about how it's turning out. I kind of made some shit up on the fly there, and I think I like the choice that Rianne made, even though it is a little gruesome. Um, where are we? I'm just trying not to think of how messy it is. I'm just trying to let it be. And it's very hard, but I'm trying to let it be. Um, okay. We have we have about an hour and a half. I think I can go until 8:30 tonight. Um, so I think, oh, that's class stuff. I think what I'm gonna do is we'll just do one more so I can finish this scene and maybe get started on the next one like I promised. And then I'm gonna get some water, make sure my cat's not destroying the house, and then we'll pivot to Notion and to the Etienne sequel, as it were. So I'm gonna start up another sprint. Start it for 7:05. Do I want to do another 10 or do I want to do a 15? We'll do a 10. We'll save the 15 and we'll save the 15 for when I do outlines because then I'll have more time to think kind of uninterrupted. So, um yeah, I think that took an interesting turn. Um the magic is kind of fun because as long as you know the language, as it were, and you have a medium with which to draw it out, and then like a means of which to activate it, you can use most things. And so in this case, Rianne used her own skin, which is ill advised, but is a choice she made nonetheless. 0. So I like my world a lot, and I like this book a lot. I do like this book. I'm frustrated with it, but I like this book a lot. I do, and I like the idea behind it, and I believe in the idea behind it, which is the important part. As long as I still have that, I can finish it. I just may need to start from square one again and reshape some things. I'm not fully sure yet. So, but right now, I don't hate it. I'm just frustrated. So, if I can get past that, I'll be okay. Writing's fucking hard sometimes, but we have about a minute, so I'll probably start doing the things that I normally do. Shit, that's the wrong button. Scripts. Reset the timer. Sickness. So yeah, I'm gonna start doing the things that I normally do about a minute before. So talk to you soon. Okay, time again. I finished the chapter like I wanted, which is good. So I'm happy with that at least. I now have ramifications to think of what happened. Why is the line spacing on this look different? It should not be different. It should be 1.5 space, I think is what I have it at. I don't know why that was different. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. I don't know why it wasn't doing that correctly, but okay. Fix that really quickly too. Okay, so yeah, I'm now on chapter 8. So, still debating whether or not I want to keep fighting through this or just not cut my losses per se, but like at least restart it again. I think I'm gonna keep it the way it is for now and just kind of deal with it because I mean, if I go back and fix it now, then it's just gonna be a big headache. It's gonna be a big headache regardless. I'm just trying to decide which is less of a headache at this point, I guess. So, okay, we're gonna take a quick, like 5-ish minutes, probably less than that. I'm gonna go get some more water, make sure my cat isn't destroying the house, and then we're gonna look at Notion and my, oh my God, I forgot the words. Um, look at my outline, because I want to pivot to that for tonight. So I will be back soon. I have returned. My son is present because he demanded that he play. So here I am. There's a little bell feather toy thing that I wave at his face, and then he gets very upset about it and decides to attack it. So I'm hoping the music and my mic are kind of at an equal mix right now. The first time I tried it, you couldn't hear it at all. The second time, last time, you could kind of hear it. But anyway, this is my notion. I'm hoping the music isn't too obnoxious. What the fuck are you doing, sir? Yeah? So yeah, this is my notion. And this is my outline for... I don't really know what to call this one yet, honestly. I mentioned before last time I want to have it in the same, like, titling structure as a sharper, more lasting pain, so a descriptor, more adjective, noun, basically. So I think right now it's like a harsher, more bloody futility, I think is what it is right now. I may do a harsher, more futile brutality. I'm kind of toying around with different ideas right now, so but yeah, this is my notion, and hopefully you can see. Okay, cool, perfect. So yeah, this is my notion template, and I'll actually here we'll do this. Don't you fucking think about it, sir. I know what you're thinking. Devil son. Love you. Oh, shit. I'm just gonna pull this over. Just so people can see my sidebar. Is there anything you would like to say to the audience, sir? No, you just want to sit there and look cute? Alright. So yeah, this is my whole notion. I went over this last time, but I'll go over it again, just because fuck it, why not? Basically, the long and short of it is, a couple years ago, all my friends were obsessed with Notion, and I just got wildly overwhelmed by all the things that you could do, and so I downloaded it, and then I never touched it again. And then the other day, I was going to make a spreadsheet, actually, this spreadsheet, for keeping track of reviews and arc reads and whatnot. And I also got my first blurb since the last time I went over this, so I have it there, and I'm very happy about it. And I hadn't read An Education in Malice. I started reading that today. I almost completely finished it. I'm fucking obsessed. Excellent move on Camilla's part to compare A Sharper, More Lasting Pain to An Education in Malice. Because while that one's all about, like, vampires and stuff, like, the sheer horniness, I guess, the sheer horniness of it all, is definitely the kind of, not necessarily like prose wise, but at least with like Nadia's character in A Shopper More Lasting Pain, she has desires. She's very unabashed about them, and she pursues them. She knows what she wants, and she finds a way to get it, basically. And so, I am glad that people appreciate that, and that they found really fitting comps for a kind of character like that. But anyway, started because originally I was going to make a Google spreadsheet, like a basic ass Google spreadsheet to keep track of it all. And then just out of the blue, I was like, why don't I use Notion? And so I looked for some templates and I downloaded them. So I have that one. This is a beta reading feedback tracker. And you can see a lot of these made by the same person because I haven't changed the cover art yet. I don't know if I'm going to use this one, but at least it's like cool to look at and have if I want. There's a book query tracker, which I'll probably change so I can keep track of short story submissions, probably. So then I can have, like, the title, where I sent it, and, like, the results of that and whatnot. So that's kind of what I'm planning to use that one for. This is just my expenses tracker, which I'm just gonna quickly rush through. So I can kind of keep track of what I earn, when I earn, where I earned it at, and also, you know, what I spend, how much I spent, where I spent it, and why. So, like, I'm keeping track of, like, cover art I want to buy. I'm keeping track of, like, tonight I was looking at making, like, a, I want to make a smaller form because I made essentially it's like an old school college brochure flyer thing for Votarique for Sharper More Lasting Pain, so I could put it with my short story collection, have it in the back where the sample chapters of A Sharper More Lasting Pain starts. So I had it there, and it unfortunately the only option Canva gave me was 8.5 by 11, and so I just made it work. But Vistaprint will let me do like a small little postcard size one. And I may go a little bit bigger. I think I was looking at a it was either a 6 by 7. No. What was it? Standard postcards. This size is 4 by 6. Okay. So 4 by 6. So, decently sized, and just have that there instead. And then eventually I want to make like a little, postcard kind of that has all my works on there, but I want to wait until I have more works basically. So yeah, I was looking at that. I need to print some more business cards because shockingly I am almost out. I want to make some bookmarks. There we go. Shit like that. So hi, mister. You want to say hi to the audience? Hi, mister. I love you. You're a pain in the ass, but I love you. You can't take this! Mister's favorite thing to do is when he's playing with a toy, he will try and drag it away so that he can't play with it anymore. And he just wants to have it all to himself. And that's not how toys work. No, it is not. No, it is not. Anyway. So yeah, I want to make bookmarks. I want to make a smaller form of the little college brochure flyer thing I made. There's also like little table signs. So they have like the giant roll-out banners, but that's a couple $100, and I don't have the money for that. But there's a tabletop sign for like $25 that I could get printed, and it's a little roll-out one that has the stand and then like the flyer inside of it. And so I could at least make one of those maybe with a quick like a picture of me and like a bio and like pictures of the books that I write. I don't know. Something. So kind of toying around with those. All of this to say, I'm trying to keep track of what I spend and where and why. And then this one's just because I'm a Hellenic polytheist. I want to try and track my spiritual interactions better. This is just a journal. This I talked about is the review tracker that I made. And then this is the thing that we all care about right now. Essentially, just because I'm trying to consolidate the things that I use for writing into as little places as possible. So, for a few years, I've been using Scrivener, and Scrivener is great. I love Scrivener, but I can't use it on my phone. And the job that I have, I can't bring my laptop and I can't bring my iPad in for security reasons. And so I need to find a software that will let me write while I'm at work, basically, on just my phone. And Google Docs is fine for that, but I need something a little, I need something that's not going to crash after 25,000 words, is the long and short of it. Because Google Docs is kind of bad about that. So, hence Notion, because I found this little book template here, for example, and so there's a few things, and I edited this from the template that I found, so there was a couple other things like an image board. I replaced it with a Kanban board. There doesn't need to be two of these, though. And then there's like a table of contents, so this goes to the outline. And then this one's gonna, so A Sharper More Lasting Pain is split into 2 timelines that alternate. The difference is the sequel is gonna have at least 2 distinct parts, still before and after structure, but they're separated into distinct parts. So then I have part 1 and the chapters in part 1 and then part 2. So, and then down here is just some extra pages that the creator of the template added. I added a research materials page because I found a lot of interesting articles, and it's just a way for me to keep track of like the things that I research. So I have a bunch of things about monsters, about vampires, and yada yada, and then I need to do some research on 60s and 70s gay bars, Stonewall, etc. Because while I have like a basic understanding, because I am a queer person in a lot of queer communities, and I'm not stupid or ignorant to queer liberation, I could have a bit more of an in-depth understanding. And the reason that I have that out there is because last time I streamed, I decided that Etienne needs to go to a gay bar. And obviously the society is going to look a lot different because this is a queer normative world, and not 60s, 70s America where we had to have coded language and different, what is it called? Like hankies in our pockets and like different flower pins and whatnot. Like we had to be subtle about it. We still really have to be subtle about it. So at least I don't have to worry about that per se, but still having like an understanding of the general culture and whatnot would behoove me really. So, all this to say, I'm writing a Notion with this project just to. Why aren't you scrolling? What the fuck are you doing? Um, I'm writing a Notion just to see if I like it more. And if I do, then I'll do the rest of my projects from here on out in Notion. So this is just a test run basically. And so far I like it. I work in a shitty part of the warehouse where I don't get very good cell reception, which makes it a little difficult because this is a software where Wi-Fi is required or like some kind of cellular service. So that's kind of the unfortunate part. But other than that, so I think. Are you done playing with this? I'm gonna put it away if you're done because I need to do. I am trying to work, my son. You're a ferocious little tyrant. I love you. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do sprints, but instead of the regular sprints where I turn my mic off and shut up and just focus on getting words down, I'm just gonna have like 15 minutes, for example, where I just try and outline and talk my way through it, and then I can kind of discuss after. So we're gonna. Ooh, my fell asleep. That doesn't feel good. We're gonna do for 15. Nope, 15 at 35. So 1 minute and 25 seconds. It says. Oh, my foot fucking hurts now. So yeah. Right now I'm on chapter 4. I have a starting point for the book to start at, and I actually wrote my first line today. Motherfucker, come on. Part 1, chapter 1. But yeah, so I've started typing some things out, as it were. But anyway. Outline. Mister? No, we're done. We're done. Get out of the way, please. Thank you. So yeah, anyway. I had a starting scene for this. I have where this part ends, and I have how the next part starts. I don't have anything in between chapter 4 and the end of part 1, and I don't have anything after the start of part 2. So I have a lot to figure out still, but I think just kind of going through. Oh, I should reset the timer too. Oh, it's not on here, so it doesn't matter. Whatever. Anyway, we're going until 7:50. So. So yeah, I'm just gonna try and work on chapter 4 right now. For the next 15 minutes, I guess. What the fuck are you doing, sir? Hi. Hi. You think you're so sneaky. Yeah, you think you're so sneaky. Come down here. Yeah, get it. Also, sorry for a sharp and lasting pain, fan people. Ow! My fucking god, dude! That hurt. That was rude. That was very rude. You don't get that right now. Because that hurt. Anyway. What the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah, there will be spoilers if you're watching this. Sorry. These are kind of flower he hates. I also just am using this to make... It's fun writing in a teen's point of view, because, like, Nadia was kind of bitchy, but she was also a sad girl. And Etienne is also a sad boy in this, for understandable reasons. But he's just a cunt. There's no better way to put it. He's just a cunt, and he's perfectly fine with being a cunt. So I can do the same thing. Hey, yeah, join Nostrum with me, Lena. I am actually liking it a lot. There's a lot of templates online that people make, and there's a lot of paid ones, which, I mean, with enough technical know-how, you could just make your own. You can also turn pages, so, we're gonna sidestep for a second and create my first page. It's taking a while. Fresh camera. You can make databases and you can make a wiki. I just want to make a new fucking page, please. I don't know. Anyway, here, we'll do this. Shit. We'll not do that, is what I meant to say. We're gonna do this. Add a page. And then there's an option. Better wikis and notions. So you can upgrade your look for the wiki action here. I don't know what that all means. Owners can verify if a page has accurate, reliable information. Organize your pages with tags. Blah, blah, blah. So I don't know fully how it works, but the point is, you can make a wiki in Notion, which is pretty exciting. So, I don't know how it works. I don't have the time right now to figure out how it works. But that is a thing, in theory, that you could do. So, you can do that. There's tons of databases you can make. So, like, going back here, so, like, I have a ton of tags. Just gonna bring this over. So, like, this is all the people that I'm, like, looking into or, like, have extended ARC offers to. So I have their name, I have, like, what things they read. So when I was doing preliminary research, I just kind of looked up a bunch of booktubers, book talkers, bookstagrammers, etc., and jotted down, like, what kind of things either they explicitly said they read, or based on their post history, what it looked like they read, and then I slimmed it down. And I took out anybody who didn't explicitly read LGBTQ. I think I need to add the tag to this one. Because I'm pretty sure they do, and they've expressed interest on my page before, I think. So, but aside from that, I took out anybody who doesn't read LGBTQ, and you can just, like, click a thing here and delete them. So it's super easy to sort, and then I have, like, what platform they're on, I have what the status is if I've offered it to them, and if they reject, then I just take them off the list. What kind of copy I sent them, because there's a couple that I explicitly want to put aside physical copies for, in case they ever did say yes. And then if they reviewed, and if so, like, what they rated it as. And so I think, yeah, I set it up so there's a star tag system here. And then similar here to all the people who sign up for my ARC form. So it's honestly pretty robust. I wish I just could make a blank page to show you. Oh, hello. Okay. So like you can just have a text block, you can make a page and it embeds a link to the next page. A to-do list, different headings, you can make a table, different kinds of lists. A toggle list is really fun because you click the toggle and it hides the information or not. Quotes, dividers, um, call outs, which is like a fancier quote. There's some AI stuff which I'm not going to use. And at this point, so many places now are using AI that I'm just making my peace with the fact that there's going to be AI everywhere, and it's just up to me to not use it. Is kind of where I'm going and how I'm justifying things. You can embed images and web bookmarks and videos. Somebody embedded their Google Doc in their Notion thing, because I watched some videos on Notion also. And like was able to work on their Google Doc inside of Notion. It was fucking wild. You can only do it on your laptop though. You can embed files. There's different databases. So those two that I showed for my ARC reads, those were databases. Table of contents, equations, different kinds of buttons. And then they have all these kinds of links and shit you can embed. So you can embed tweets. That's here's the Google Drive thing where they embedded their fucking Google Docs, maps, all this kind of shit. So there's a lot of options, and so I think it's robust enough to do a lot of things that people might want. Um, and I mean, so far I haven't had issues with it. So yeah, I like it. Will I continue to like it? I don't know. That's why I'm kind of experimenting with writing the sequel in here. Um, so we're gonna go back now to doing the thing that I said I was gonna do. I did a lot of talking about Notion and also about how much of a cunt Etienne is. Because I love him. I love my shitty little man. And it honestly surprises me how many people love Etienne. Like Lena loves him, in a he's fascinating to me kind of way. My friend Andy absolutely adores Etienne. I think he's Andy's favorite character. Um, so yeah, a lot of people like him, which is fascinating to me. Because it's not like I set out with the intent of making him the worst character ever, because I didn't. That's just kind of the person that he is, and I think that makes him all the more fascinating, if anything. So. The other difference between this outline and other outlines that I wrote, and I talked about this last time too, but most of my outlines, like I'll pull back up Scrivener, why not? And like you saw it when I was drafting across this hollow distance, but so if we pivot really quickly to Scrivener, not Skyrim, transition, watch out. So over here in the corner is all the outline that A Sharper, More Lasting Pain would get for each chapter, and I mostly didn't stick to these. We'll go to an earlier. So, Nadia seeks insight from Simone seeks insight from Nadia's friends regarding her whereabouts, but they're all focused on Etienne's serious injuries and the fact he's in the hospital. Realizing he was involved in a monster attack, Simone seeks Etienne out, which is the long and short of what happened in that chapter, but also there was a lot more to it. There were conversations with Chantal. There was some discussion about how Simone and Etienne do not get along. Different shit like that. Whereas with the sequel, I think just because I know the characters so much more and understand them a lot better, I'm able to, I guess, kind of zero draft my way through. Because I don't have to kind of blindly guess. This back on. Hell yeah. Yeah, there is some mess. It's not a perfect application, for sure. But I think it does have promise, and I'm fine with that, honestly. Um, Lena is typing. Oh, the mess is my own. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. That's why I just use templates, honestly, because if I thought too long and too hard about what kind of page I wanted to set up or anything, I would just start crying. Which is exactly why I downloaded Notion the first time and just didn't use it. It's because I downloaded it, I opened it, I went, this is too many fucking options, and then I closed it and deleted it. um, but then I started seriously looking into it the other day, and I was like, wow, you can do all this kind of cool shit. And I almost got overwhelmed again with all the options. But then I was like, I can look at templates. I can look at templates, and then I can steal people's templates and just kind of tweak them to fit my needs. And so that's kind of how I've gotten around that. Um, it's honestly better for me if somebody the has the skeleton, and then I can just kind of pick and choose bones from it, I guess. So that's what's made this a whole lot easier. But as I was saying, just because I know these characters a lot better now, and I have a deeper understanding of them and how they interact, the only one I don't know yet is Alexei. All I know is that he sucks worse than Etienne does. Um, and so I'm gonna have to figure him out a little bit and like what his whole shtick is. But other than that, I understand these characters a lot more, so I'm able to outline a lot better. And so this is more like a zero draft, I feel like is gonna be, than an outline. Um, Will it tell me how many words? Yes, it will tell me how many words is in here. I remember that. Somewhere. Oh, there's 1,625 words so far of outline. And we're only like 5 chapters in. 6 chapters in, I guess. Chapter question mark. Oh no. There's an extra. No, it's just because. And this is heading 3. 3. Chapter question mark. There. And I think it'll be a lot easier for me to kind of do an actual draft afterwards too, having this zero draft. So once I'm actually ready to write it, it'll be a lot easier for me, I think. I hope. That's the intention. So I did not get very far with a sprint at all because I got sidelined way too fucking hard talking about Notion. I'm sorry. It gets very That's the other thing is I don't know how many words this is. That's the one thing is it would be really nice if it told me how many words it was. So it's kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61. Man, imagine if I had lost count. I almost did towards the end. I was like, fuck. Oh boy. Oh man, wow, nerds are losing their shit. Woof. It's Saturday morning and, man, I wanna go see Deadpool. 4 words a minute, hell yeah! Okay, so that is one thing I'm gonna have to figure out looks like, is I'm gonna need to figure out sprinting. What I'll probably end up doing is I can either make a page like this, because then I could just type bullshit, and then at the end it'll give me a word count. Which is annoying. I don't particularly want to do that. So that's the only thing I'll really have to figure out, I feel like. Um, yeah, that's something I'm gonna have to think about, so. I also want to update these. So that's not the chapter naming conventions of this book, no sir. Also ignore the rating that's in here because, that came with the template. Yay. And then if I really want to, I can share this page later, because right now it's just for me. Anyone with a link at... So essentially you could, like, quote-unquote build a website with it, too. I don't know yet how I want to go forward with it. But anyway. Back to the outline. It can be a quote you found powerful in the chapter, but it's up to you. What's the difference? So is this a call-out or is this a quote? This is a quote. What's the difference between that and a call-out? I see. Okay. I don't know which one I like better, to be honest. I'm making decent progress, though. Can I link? Oh my god, there's also so much interconnectivity. Add link to... Oh my god, yes! Oh, my life just got so much better. Holy shit. Then I don't have to... Oh my god, I'm a fucking genius. Sorry, I just need to suck my own dick about this for a second, because oh my god. That makes my life so much easier, because then, oh my god, yes. Yeah, alright. Life is fulfilled. Life's pretty crazy, brother. Duplicate. And that's what we're gonna call JOUR. Outline. And then. Ha 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 ha. For one. Yeah, bitch. I'm stupidly. The only thing I hate is the hyperlink makes it gray. That I'm not fully a fan of. But I will learn to deal with it. For fuck yes. Link part 2. Oh, I love that. I love that so much. Because then I could go to the specific part Or I could click on each specific chapter. Holy free fucking holies, my man. Oh, I'm so proud of myself. It probably sounds like a stupidly minor thing to anybody watching this, but I'm very excited about that. Okay, cool. I'm not the only one who's excited, so is Lena. Oh yeah, marketing stuff. Marketing stuff is hard. No, that's to say. Okay, cool. I'm glad we're not just crazy. So I was like, man, that's pretty fucking neat. Yeah, I just had to suck my own dick about that for a second because I was like, oh my god, that makes my life so much easier. Interconnectivity, that's what we're about, son. So yeah, I think aside from like the messiness and the hiccups and unfortunately the AI, I think I'm gonna end up liking Notion a lot. But like I said, I'm still experimenting with it. I was looking at yours and some other things, and to myself, maybe I should make a damn website problem and could just use Notion. Need to check out the app and how it looks on the iPad. I know, so the iPad, it looks comparable because I have it on my iPad, I have it on my phone, and I have it on my laptop. It looks comparable to the laptop on my iPad. The phone, um, is a little wonkier. So like, this for example, I have it split into like two columns here. It makes it all one column. So it's this and then, um, this this database, which I can like slide back and forth with my fingers, so that's not a big deal. And then this, and then like, so all of these would form a list too. That's the only thing. So it looks a little wonkier on phone, but it's still functional. It still works, which is the good thing. And do you still have all the? I gotta open my phone and see. Let me check. Yeah, so you can still like add things from your phone. So it's still fun. What the? Oh, I well my Spotify subscription. Eh, I'm a broke ass bitch. But yeah, you can still use it from your phone. It just looks a little wonkier. Um, Search different websites. Use my iPad when just on the couch or whatever to go over things. Yeah, scribbling on the iPad is okay, but it's definitely not as. Oh, the only thing I see going on here is that there's not like a sidebar that hovers for the specific template. Um, I'm not sure what you mean because there's a sidebar here. Because there's different headings. So like table of contents here, the extra, and the story checklist, it jumps to those specific parts. Or if I go to the outline here, then I can select each individual heading that I have there. So if that's what you mean, it does do that. Otherwise, I'm not entirely sure what you're talking about. Oh, there's like a homepage with nothing on the side to kind of navigate. Oh, okay. Oh, I mean there is ish. There is, but it is kind of messy. Yeah, so I can see what you mean by that. Um, because you can extend these, and so like if I extend this, then it jumps to the different sections. But yeah, it's not as nice to look at as it could be for sure. So there's kind of one, but not a great one. Yeah, and it also only shows, I think, yeah, it only shows what's on this page. Um, can I? Oh, you. Oh, 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 oh. Look at that. Check that shit out. You can extend it the fuck out. It's weird how it makes the story checklist, this. Um, oh, I can move this over here. Um, it's weird because I guess there's a different views because you can have different views. So I can have a board view here. I can have it as a table. Um, can I delete? Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. But yes, you just have to make sure you extend them all out. Yep, that messy but could be organized. Look at that. Hell yeah. Somewhere in this, Etienne needs to have a scene where he fucking reams into Alexei for everything. He kind of does in chapter 3, I think, but he needs to have a true, like, Nadia in book 1 where she is basically like, you're just a dog that follows me around because you have nothing else in your life kind of moment. He needs to have that, but with Alexei. He needs a moment to shine in the sun, too. He needs to fucking... I broke their lives apart in book 1, and very messily it will be put back together by the end of book 2. Is kind of where I'm wanting to take it. Oof. So, he calls the lock art and decides not to rise to the bait. So yeah, I guess at that point the only thing that I am not a fan of, or at least not right now, can't figure out, is word counts, especially for sprinting and stuff. That is going to be a little bit of a challenge. I don't want to do this, but okay. We're gonna look up Notion word count tracker. Writing assignment word count tracker. Set your word count goals, log your daily progress, blah blah. Oh my god, that's so bright. I love dark mode, but then I will open up a web page that is not in dark mode, and I'm just absolutely assaulted by how bright it is. So there's different like trackers and stuff, but I'm not seeing an actual. And I'll post this in the Discord, Lena. So there's like a word count tracker that I found, but it's a whole like database you have to set up. How to check word count in Notion. Create a new page and write your content, blah blah blah. Scroll down to view the word count. Create a Notion database. Rename and change the property of the second column. Use the Notion word count formula. Oh. In the meta description text column, the formula proceeds to the next part. Click outside the formula view. Oh, interesting. Does not reveal the word count of highlighted text. You can only view the total. Okay. So yeah. All right. So yeah. In that case, I am back to. I would need to figure out, or not necessarily figure out. I know how to. I just don't want to. Sorry, my brain shut off. Essentially, I would just need to, like I did before, make a page, call it like sprints or something, type my things, and then count it at the count it at the end. Right there. So, which isn't the most optimal way to do it, but there is a way that it could be done. In fact, I think what I'm going to do right now is we're gonna duplicate. Maybe not that page, but it's done now. Dang. Sprints. We're just gonna call it sprints. Oh, that's the other thing too, is because it's kind of like Press or different websites like that where like each line is its own block. So you have to, well, you can delete different blocks at a time, but um, you can't like command O. Or Notion will make me a liar. That's also entirely possible. So, so there. I can at least have that page there And then for like if I'm on chapter 1, for example, and I want to do a sprint, I can just open up a page. Or no, I can link to it like I did before. And then I can just open it and jump back and forth. Look at me, I'm so fucking smart. I'm getting a little too excited about this, but can you blame me? I'm going to sort this alphabetically because it makes my heart happy. There we go. Scrap chapters. We're also going to edit these titles. Scrapped scenes. Skeins, apparently. Scenes? We're going to call this one just blurbs. Blurbs and summaries. Some memories. Shit. Blurbs and summaries. And then we're going to move this. There. Voila, c'est ça. Oh my god, I'm so smart. It looks so fun. It is fun. I'm having fun with this. I'm really glad I just got the whim to kind of pick this up and play around with it. And then I gave myself such a low stakes thing to play around in it with. So yeah, I changed my mind. I like this a lot actually. There is some things that are kind of annoying that you have to find workarounds for, but overall this isn't bad. Um, can I duplicate this? Ha, I can. Ha, I can duplicate it. I don't want to turn that into a wiki. Oh, we're gonna scrape it with this one. Oh, I can't turn this one into a wiki. Go fuck myself, I guess. My only thing is I don't want to completely irrevocably fuck up something, so we're just gonna duplicate this really quick. Because I just want to play around with it. Turn into a wiki. It's still okay. Try it out. Into a wiki. Open. So how does this work? Shit. That's not what I wanted. I don't know why you did that, but okay. I also didn't want to click that, but okay. Notion. Um, what's the difference, I guess? So it looks about the same. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna play with this a lot later. Export, connect to, undo version, show deleted pages, blah, 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 blah. We're gonna delete this. It's not fully intuitive, at least not to me. That's okay. It's 8:09 right now. I think I'm gonna just kind of fuck around for a little bit, try and finish at least this scene that I have going on. My dog started the Roomba. I had actually had it noodling in my head as something to try out again, so glad you did it first. Is your dog startled by the Roomba? I mean, it's not a vacuum, it's kind of quiet, but I don't know. I think my cat would be freaked the fuck out by one, honestly. Wow. But yeah, glad I could be the guinea pig to rekindle your interest, Lena. So anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna. Did the music stop? Oh, it's loading. Cool. There we go. I don't know what happened there. I just kind of entered a loop spiral. A loading spiral, I guess. A loading loop? I don't know computers. No, I just looked a bit confused. That's cute, though. Why? I'm just adding things to ask myself through here, and like things I need to figure out. So I need to figure out the blood thing. That's the whole like crux of this book, really. Um, what's another thing I have in all caps? Somebody's cooking something, I think, across the courtyard, and it smells fucking delicious. I need to figure out what kind of government thing Alexi works for. Um, oh, he works at a mine bureau. That's right. Um, mine, because they were fellow enchanters. I just gotta figure out what Alexi minored in. Did I spell that right? I did. Oh my god. So yeah, I have to figure out the blood thing. I have to figure out the mine bureau. I have to figure out what fucking gay bar he goes to. And I have to figure out what flowers Etienne hates right now. I'm thinking something with like moon symbolism, just because I want everything moon themed, moon and star themed, really, to make him think of Nadia and for him to get sad. Um, that happens in the short story The Gestation of Melancholy. That's also about Etienne, and is about him on his graduation day, because for like a solid section of the short, he's sad because he has Nadia's old cat, and he loves this cat, but also every time he looks at this cat, he thinks of Nadia, and so he's like, I need to get fucking rid of this cat because I look at it and I think of Nadia, and then I get sad. Really, he doesn't end up getting rid of the cat, but it is certainly a thought that he has, just because everything that makes him think of Nadia makes him sad, and also, just gives him a little PTSD moment because she did try to eat him technically. So he still has the cat though. As of this book, he still has Dio because I couldn't get rid of Dio. He's become a titular character. To Oh, it does do proper dashes. Kind of. What he presumes. It's not a dash anyway. It's a parentheses. Did they resolve that? I don't think they did. Wants to make it want to be shut out anymore. Yeah, so I need to think a little more why Alexi is so. What a wet willow meow meow. Yeah. Um. Yeah, he is my little meow meow. My sprinkle binkle is what I call my son. Um. My Blorbo Blebus. It took me forever to understand what a Blorbo is. I asked like three of my friends, and one of them had the patience to be like, "Okay, you know this thing? Okay, you understand this thing? Okay, a Blorbo is basically da 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 da." I was like, I don't fucking get this. But and she's like, "Okay, think of your favorite character." And so I thought of Caleb Widogast from Critical Role 2. And she was like, "Okay, you know how you're like obsessed with this guy and like blah blah blah." I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Okay, that's your Blorbo Blebus." I was like, I don't know what any of this means, but okay. But yes, wet little meow meow. That one I do understand. Um, But yeah, I need to think a little more about why Alexi is so fucking gung-ho about. Hello, I did not realize you were there, mister. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to lay my arm on you. I'm sorry. I disrupted your nap. I'm sorry, mister. You are my little wet meow meow. My little sprinkle binkle. Yes, I love you. I'm sorry, mister. I love you. And he's like, stop touching me. You're a fucking brat, though. But yeah, I need to think a little more about why Alexi is so gun-ho to help, because it's not just because he's like, oh, I miss you. I mean, he could be. He could be more pathetic than Etienne, and that could be his whole reason. Um, but I don't think that's compelling enough. And so I need to think what it is that Etienne has to offer him that he thus needs to be back in his life to get. Because I know Alexi wants something. No. You are in my line of sight, sir. Thank you. Um, I'm gonna take this out because otherwise he asks what Lexi wants like 3 times in 4 chapters, and that's a little annoying. Yeah, I think it's more believable if he just gets aggravated, sends him out. Then at the bar, he's like, "What do you want?" And Alexi gives him a half-assed excuse, and then now he's like, "Nah, that was a half-assed reason. What do you really want?" And I think I'm gonna leave it there because I need to do some reading, and I am getting kind of tired. So, I also forgot to extend this again. There we go. Yeah, transition. So yeah, I'm gonna cut it off there, because I am a tired baby. And my cat, as always, is a menace. And I have to go to work, or shit, I have to go to bed soon anyway, because I have to go to work in 9 hours. So, thank you for sprinting with me. If you sprinted with me, thank you for watching and writing along at home. If you watched and or wrote along at home, um, have a safe night. And I can't stream again tomorrow. I may be able to stream Thursday. I'm not 100% sure what my schedule looks like yet. Um, and then maybe sometime this week, or no, I can't Sunday because I have D&D. I may be able to Saturday though. I'm not sure. So Thursday, maybe Saturday, double maybe. So that's kind of my plan for the rest of this week, and hopefully, I will have more progress on things by the next time that I do stream. So, uh, thank you for watching and for participating if you did, and have a wonderful night.